Some thought it was bad when we had heard that Greece was in its financial situation. And then we turn and we look and we see what Italy is facing here at the moment. But it's not just Italy. It is every country within the EU that is tied in here together that are making moves hand in hand that are affecting the global markets. And it's way too much to be happening to be coincidence, which I don't believe in. And I believe it's all being done in this manner to keep the whole thing propped up. There seems to be a consensus that there's something big coming in the offing. Exactly what country this is going to affect the most is yet to be seen. But one thing's for sure. When you have central banks around the globe that are printing money that is backed by nothing, it's going to catch up to you one day. And it seems to me that downfall, when it does happen, it's not going to come on a whim. It's not going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be crafted. And they're going to have hands on it instead of getting blindsided by it. When we already know there's things already going on in the game that just don't make sense. Now, for one, when trying to figure this out and understanding what happens here, you have to, look at Germany, for instance. You got to look here at the ECB balance sheet expansion. And you have to look at exactly what's going on here within the European Union and what it would take to stabilize it. And that would be a backing of something like gold or silver, something that makes the money worth something. And you have to quit producing massive amounts of debt when this whole thing is engineered for debt. It shows around the globe. It's not built for prosperity, to work in a way where everyone sees the benefits of it. It seems like they continue to produce something that they hoard, finding new ways to tax everyday citizens across the globe. And they hold on to the precious metals in their vaults. They hoard them, just like China, Russia, other countries are doing en masse. But as you can see here, this is what keeps it all sewn together. It's when certain countries are buying other countries' debt. Now, if Italy had that big of a problem with Germany, why do they keep buying all their debt? See, they're in on this on the world stage. Same thing with China and the United States. Why would they constantly keep buying up worthless U.S. debt? You see, on the other side of the coin, they have debt too that is being bought up by the U.S. and others all around the globe. And this continues. So as they put on one face out here, behind the curtain, behind the scenes, this whole thing's glued together because of an orchestration of the continual printing of money that is backed by nothing and keeping people in debt globally. Now, you could try to rock this thing till the wheels fall off, but I feel this is the beginning. You're really seeing the downfall of some of these currencies and where they want to take this. And in time, the U.S. dollar is going to be right there as well. Many see this coming. There's even been a senator that stepped up with a bill to try to reintroduce gold to back the dollar, to try to save it because they see where it's going here globally as a global reserve, as a reserve asset, which has made it strong and given us the perks that we've seen off the dollar for some time for a dollar that is backed by nothing. They've gone around the globe enforcing that at the barrel of a gun. But when it comes to Russia and China, it's just a setup around the globe that's too big to do that against. Some could try to argue that, I guess, but I see this as a world stage. And I see that the world leaders have sold the people out in every single country. If there's a world leader that's not on board, they go in and take them out like they did Gaddafi. The rest that are showing up in Kazakhstan, wearing purple robes, singing Kumbaya, when they shouldn't be, that should tell you everything. This world is a stage. It's glued together to control the people, and that's it. So when they bring this down, what this reminds me of is when the tally sticks in Britain had to be done away with to bring in the dollar or the money system that you see today. What happens when that goes away? You can't say that there's not something here ready to take over here globally because we warned about it over and over again. It is the beast blockchain system where they want to track your every asset, where you can't hide anything in your closet, nothing under your mattress. They track every single thing, your every transaction, everything. And yes, this will create an underground. You better have a plan, folks, for when things start to happen around the globe. Because you can look at other countries like what's happening in Brazil now, going on a week with the strikes down there and everything being held up, the shelves getting cleared out, and you can just sit back and wait till it catches up and then try to chalk up a plan. It's going to be too late. Anyhow, this is what's happening here on this world stage, and I believe that this is the beginning of this European endgame, so to speak. Truly, I believe that these are the beginning motions of it. And I'll continue to cover this from here. But as you start to see the bottom fall out of some of these, and you see a crisis unfold the level of Greece or larger, don't be surprised. And this will, in turn, have an effect with how they do business with other countries, Russia, China, the U.S., and the other currencies. And if they collapse this thing down like dominoes, the way that I suspect that they're going to do, and it may have to do with a lights out situation, also some kind of blow that brings down the dollar at the same time, a catalyst. If you can bring down all this in succession, you can then bring in and implement, oh, we've got this perfect plan globally. This will save the day, and we'll do away with all your debt. You guys just got to use this new system. It's what they did when they kicked down doors for the tally sticks. Those that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. This has been Dabu7, and this is Illuminati.